I have an idea, Karan. You have an idea. You have a knowledge and I have a knowledge. You share your knowledge to me. I share my knowledge to you. You have that one idea. You share it with me. I share my idea with you. When you walk out of this room, you'll have two ideas.
True.
I'll have two ideas. Versus you have 1 rupee, I have 1 rupee. You give your rupee to me. I give my rupee to you. When you move out of this room, you'll have only 1 rupee which you are carrying. The value doesn't change. Value lies in what you can deliver.
Right.
How you can deliver. How passionately you can give back. I am here because of my struggle. Do I struggle today? Of course.
Yes.
In fact, today's struggles are much greater than the struggles what I had 15 years before.
Yes, absolutely.
The complexity has increased, in fact. Right? Our market positioning is very clear in our head in my office.
Great.
Right? We are a premium brand made for mid-level premium segment. People who want to buy a 30,000 rupee a backpack, but their aspirations, they cannot fill their aspirations. But at the same time, they want to be different in the industry. They want to carry better product or a good-looking product with good features. Timus is made for them.
What is the biggest design challenge in the luggage industry right now, which people don't realize?
People forget to keep luggage simple.
Okay.
Keeping simple things is more complicated these days.
Absolutely, yeah.
Everybody wants to stand out.
तो सुमित, आप इतना इनोवेशंस और अपना ड्यूरेबिलिटी के बारे में सोचते हो. एक अभी किस्सा मुझे याद आया कि एक ब्रांड था, आई डोंट वांट टू नेम द ब्रांड राइट नाउ. दे गॉट फंडिंग फ्रॉम शार्क टैंक, वेरी गुड फंडिंग दे गॉट, बट लेटर ऑन सबको ये मालूम पड़ा कि दे यूज्ड टू जस्ट बाय इट फ्रॉम चाइना, पुट देयर टैग एंड सेल इट, एंड दैट्स व्हाई दे गॉट द गुड मार्केट. ऐसा भी होता है आपके?
The advantage is in manufacturing.
Advantage is how fast you can think what your customers want.
Yeah.
You can go back and deliver what they want.
Yeah. Namaste and welcome to Chai Meet Charcha. My name is Jagdish Jaiprakash Gulabani.
और मैं हूँ करण रावल.
हमारे यहाँ चाय थोड़ी कड़क
और चर्चा एक्स्ट्रा क्रिस्पी होती है.
क्या बात है. करण,
हाँ?
तू भी 3rd जनरेशन बिजनेसमैन,
Yes.
मैं भी 2nd जनरेशन बिजनेस फैमिली से हूँ.
Yes.
ठीक है.
बट तू आज अचानक ये फैमिली बिजनेस के बारे में क्यों बात कर रहा है?
क्योंकि आज हमारा जो गेस्ट है ना, वो भी 2nd जनरेशन बिजनेसमैन है.
ट्रू, ही इज अ सेकंड जनरेशन बिजनेसमैन, बट उसने जो स्क्रैच से अपनी स्टोरी, अब अपना ब्रांड बिल्ड किया और आज जो लेवल पे जो ब्रांड पहुंचाया है, अमेजिंग स्टोरी.
या वन ऑफ द लीडिंग
Leading
लगेज मैन्युफैक्चरर्स.
Yeah.
जी, और बिजनेस के तरीके, एक एंटरप्रेन्योर की सोच और बहुत कुछ आज हम इनसे जानेंगे. सो प्लीज वेलकम सुमित तिवारी.
Sumit, today we would like to know more about your entrepreneurship journey, आपकी लेगेसी के बारे में और आपके बिजनेस बैकग्राउंड के बारे में जानना चाहेंगे और आपसे बहुत सारी इन्फॉर्मेशन चर्न आउट करना चाहेंगे हमारी ऑडियंस के लिए. सो बिफोर वी स्टार्ट द एक्चुअल एपिसोड, वी वुड लाइक टू नो हु सुमित तिवारी फ्रॉम हिज ओन वर्ड्स.
Well, thank you so much, Karan and Jagdish, for having me here. It's
Pleasure.
wonderful. Finally, I see myself in front of you guys. We've been planning since 3 to 4 months now.
Yeah.
And fortunately, we are here together.
Yes,
And
The cheese ends today.
Absolutely.
Finally.
What a pleasure.
Yeah.
And good to see that we guys are old friends, and our friendship goes a couple of decades back, and
Yes,
we are here
yes.
today and talking
Yes.
about each other.
Yes.
Super.
प्लीज डू नॉट जज आवर उम्र मत जज करना, मत पूछना कोई.
Super.
So
So,
Sumit,
so as you, the journey, who is Sumit Tiwari basically? So, I'm a true Gemini. That's how I would like to start with. I have, I have all the traits of what you'll read about Geminis and something that sort of, and that also has helped me over a period of time to be a good multitasker and stuff like that.
Wow.
Wonderful.
So, I enjoy being a Gemini, a proud Gemini I am. And otherwise, I'm a very a simple guy, caught in a normal bottle. But once you start opening the bottle, you'll start revealing so many things about me. And that's, I myself feel very interesting about my own life, how it has been last 20 odd years, at this point of time in early 40s. When I go back to what I was 20 years before and to what I am today, it gives me a very distinguishing, feeling that, how the journey has been so far. Right. So to sum up in a sentence or two, who am I? It's very difficult, but I am that I am. And that's a beautiful, that this is one very spiritual, saying which has stuck to me. And I believe in that. If you see my social media platform, whether it's Instagram and all, you would see I am that, I am. and it means a lot. It sums what I am at this point of time.
Wonderful.
Wonderful.
Great introduction to yourself. Uh, so we all aspire to become something in our younger years. You know, for example, I wanted to be a cricketer at one point, and then I wanted to be a DJ at one point. So a lot of people aspire to become something. So was entrepreneurship your plan all along, or did that change once once you were out of your teenage and then got into your business and all that? So.
I don't know how early the entrepreneurship ka keeda came into my mind, but if I go as early as when I was in 8th standard,
Oh.
yeah, so that's how I could remember that I wanted to be like my dad.
Okay.
And for me, my dad has always been a biggest hero because I have seen him struggling. I have seen him building. I have seen him traveling. I remember in those days we used to have a Bajaj scooter, and how
Yes.
dad used to ride around Bajaj scooter, taking all four of
Same.
us, me, my sister, mom, on the scooter. And I also seen him, carrying the raw material to finished product on his Bajaj scooter at that point of time. So at very early age, my dad became my superhero and inspiration factor. Yeah. And I always wanted to be like my father.
Okay.
I was good in mathematics. I was good in science because my dad was good in mathematics and science. Because
Okay.
at that age, my hero was my father.
Wow.
So I wanted to become like him, and that is actually that's when you can say that entrepreneurship. I didn't know the word entrepreneurship at that point of time. I
course.
didn't know what business is all about.
Right.
But I wanted to be like someone. So I saw transactions happening. Len den. So which is a business at this point of time,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So I wanted to do that always when I grew up, and then I went to do my engineering studies and stuff like that. So I was very clear. Though I had, given my entrances and all, and I was planning to go to the US or Germany for my masters, but I stayed back. Again, that's a different story altogether. How I stayed back, but yes, right from those times during that age, I wanted to be an entrepreneur, though I didn't understand the meaning of entrepreneurship at that point of time.
Okay. Right. Absolutely. Wonderful.
So Sumit, you're a second generation entrepreneur or second generation businessman, as you rightly said, and we all are aware of that. You have got this from your family. So firstly, can you tell the audience के what business you are into first of all, and क्या difficulty होती है एक first generation से second generation जब भी संभालता है business को? So can we answer this one by one? मतलब what is the business all about first?
Yeah, so first of all, I'm into luggage and backpack manufacturing. We are building up one of the India's most exciting luggage and luggage brand, a travel gear brand called Timus.
Timus, guys.
So Timus Lifestyle is a brand name, and we've been doing this since last 12 plus years now. And Timus is present across 600 plus dealer network today in different Indian states at this point of time. We are one of the top selling travel gear on Amazon or a Flipkart, all these big portals you can think of, be it Myntra, even Timus in our own portal has a good traffic at this point of time, and Timus as a brand is getting a good acknowledgement and acceptability in the market. So that's the current business. So these Timus products are produced in India here itself in a city called Nasik, which is 150 kilometers to the north of Mumbai today. Nasik is also a wine capital of India.
Yes.
And we have 7 factories there where we manufacture Timus. Now team size is around 700 plus people at this point of time. And by December 2025, we should be 1,000 people working in the factories to the marketing and sales.
Wonderful.
With the branch office at this point of time, we have one in Lucknow, and soon we are opening one branch office in Delhi and Bangalore by mid-July.
Wow.
So that's a little bit about Timus. We have 100,000 odd people who follow us on social media platform, be it Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, Facebook, everything put together. And the following, the people who have loved Timus have joined us organically over a period of last decade or so. So we have we've been growing steadily. And COVID had a great impact on us. It was a tough time for us.
Yes.
The brand had to go down, and we faced our own challenges at that point of time. But as I speak to you today, we are comfortably positioned ourselves in the market. That's what we do at this point of time, Karan.
Wonderful.
So Sumit, you said कि the COVID में तो सबको hit back लगा था, setback लगा ही था COVID के बाद. But COVID was a very difficult time for everyone. But COVID के साथ साथ आपके पास एक legacy भी था. वो legacy को भी maintain करना था, और then you had to do some changes also. So can you just share with us कि आपका वो legacy को maintain भी किया और changes भी क्या क्या लाया after COVID?
Honestly speaking, Karan, there's a life before COVID
And after?
and there's a life after COVID.
Yes.
Yes.
During the COVID days, we did not know where are we heading. Like, we didn't know from where the next salaries of the employees is going to come. You know, it's just like sitting in a BMW car and you don't have money to run the car or enough money to even put the fuel.
Yeah.
And that is the situation. Like we were sitting on the huge factories, big assets, but very difficult even to know how we're going to pay the electricity bill coming in next month. So that was a tough time in the COVID time. The sales had almost dropped to zero because people were not traveling at all.
Yeah.
Even
Tourism
in
industry
fact,
was badly affected.
Luggage and backpacks is a secondary requirement of any household at this point of time. Even when people started traveling in Jan 2021 post-COVID, it took another year for people to start going and out buying luggage because initially after the COVID, people started traveling in solo or traveling in loops in their own cars. Right, where the tone bag kept in the dicky did not make dicky did not make any difference to them.
Yes.
It's only when people started standing on the railway stations, bus stop, or the airport, then they realized, oh, my bag is torn. I need to change my bag. People started looking at it. So over a period of last 3-4 years in India, bag has also become a fashion statement thanks to COVID. Because in COVID times, people realize we must travel a lot because we don't know. There's no guarantee of where we are heading in life in general.
Right.
So it was tough time, but then fortunately, as you rightly mentioned, because of the legacy what we were carrying, the name, the credibility what we had in the market, whether it's not with supply chain management from my suppliers end or the customers or my own employees who were working at this point of time, everybody trusted us during those tough times. They stuck to us. They did not leave us. And because of them, we are what we are at this point of time. We could rebuild ourselves.
Wow.
So rebuilding was most important. If one of these people or one of these chain would not have supported us, whether it's suppliers or my customers or my own employees, we would have failed miserably. But fortunately, all three of them came together. The entire value chain stood by us. And then we started building ourselves post-COVID. In fact, our growth post-COVID has been phenomenal compared to what it was before COVID.
Wow.
So that's what the juggy मतलब भरोसा सबसे बड़ी चीज है and the faith and then the supply chain had the creditor, the raw material supplier, everyone had on the brand.
The whole system should work and it should be well oiled. Otherwise anything goes off. The whole
the
whole thing goes off.
Yeah, but this did not happen over a period of 2 months or 5 months during the COVID times. But fortunately, we had built that credibility in the value chain itself in last few decades.
Exactly.
And people trusted us. People said, okay, we are investing in them or we are supplying them raw materials. Nothing is going to go waste. Paisa dubega nahi, paisa will come back. And that is how things started. And we emerged out of it very strongly.
Wow.
And it also depends on the legacy. The legacy that you carry, that our family carries. And then it drops down to you, comes down to you. And you then take it over and take it forward. So that matters a lot.
Absolutely.
इससे एक क्वेश्चन मेरे को आता है हाँ एक क्वेश्चन मुझे आ रहा है कि since it's a legacy thing and it matters a lot, so whenever you, as he said, that we have to do certain changes depending on the environment, the situation, everything, when these changes are applied, हम लोग को ये भी ध्यान में रखना पड़ता है कि हमारे जो पेरेंट्स जिन्होंने ये चालू किया था और हम ये चला रहे हैं इसको, उनको भी ये चेंजेस एक्सेप्टेबल हों. सो हाउ डू यू बैलेंस दैट or how have you balanced that in your business?
Once you're into the groove and once you are into the pathway, it looks very difficult from outside.
Yes.
Right? But when you're traveling, like when you're in the car and you're in the lane and you need to drive at 120 kilometers per hour speed and you have to follow all the lane disciplines, right? That is how life is all about.
Yeah.
Once you are into it, you on a driver's seat, you need to be in control of everything. Right? You need to drive, you need to pay, you need to be focused, you need to see the hurdles coming on the roads, you need to stop at some location to refresh yourself, to eat something. You are in control. Right?
Yes.
So for an outsider who doesn't know how to drive the car, he may find it very difficult. Oh, that guy is driving the car, he's taking care of the potholes, he's taking care of the speed breakers, he also stops in between to have a drink or two or something, that sort of. But then when you're driving, you learn the lessons by yourself.
Yes, but again, sorry to cut you off, but if there's a guy more experienced sitting, besides you, okay, and he wants to guide you in a certain way, you got to listen to that person as well and
Absolutely.
balance it out, right?
Absolutely.
So how do you
this
do that?
especially in India, 85% of our businesses comes from the family managed
Yes,
businesses, right?
exactly.
Yes.
You have a elder generation who has toiled their life, and then there's a second generation and third generation. But especially when it comes from the first generation to second generation, it's one of the toughest batons to pass on, right? Because the first generation, he has built the business with utmost care, love, and emotions.
Exactly.
Right? They've struggled. They've slept on the shop floor. They've slept in the dukans. Or they have slept in their offices. They've seen, they've added 1 rupee by 1 rupee by
एक
1
एक
rupee.
पाई जोड़ के
एक
धंधा
पाई
किया
जोड़
है।
के, they've made it big.
Yes.
So 20, 30, 40 years into the business, son comes all of a sudden and he wants to take it over. And obviously he has a different style of working because of his upbringing
And
education,
environment,
and
surroundings.
surrounding, and the people he's been to. And mostly tech savvy and stuff like that, which doesn't go well with the elder
First
generation.
right,
Exactly.
So there'll always be a rift in mindset. Elder generation had a different way of working.
Yes.
The younger generation aspire to work in a different way.
True.
Right? Now the beautiful art is how we can
Balance it out.
it out.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
marriage
The
between the
balancing
two.
is the
Yeah.
key.
That's the question.
Balancing
yeah.
is the key.
Yeah.
Right? What the kind of questions you ask at the right time to the right person. In this case, it's a senior, or even it's senior's responsibility to nurture that young mind who's just entered the business so that he feels he's been heard of,
Yes.
right? Not shooed off.
Exactly.
So once this happens, and this happens only through a good conversation and a great amount of understanding,
Absolutely.
right? I have seen cases where father and son don't go to the same office. Right? They have rift because not that they don't love each other, just that their business ideas or the way they want to execute ideas in the business do
Are
not
way
align together.
They are way different.
It's
Yes.
way different. So it takes great amount of understanding. It takes some years of being in the business. I would advise the younger generations coming in, they should be a little patient. And of course, we do a course for, I go to different colleges where we speak on family managed businesses. It's
Yes.
absolutely, in fact, it's a course. A lot of colleges offer
Offering,
courses like owners management program,
management
where
program,
this is taught how you should manage the relationship. Business is all about relationship, right? So 86% of the businesses coming from family managed businesses. It's a big chunk of the GDP we are talking about.
Yep.
right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So it requires a great amount of understanding, Jagdish.
Yes.
And time spent in the business with the seniors will give you the good results.
Not just understanding, I would go one step ahead and say that even adjustments.
Absolutely.
So it is not very different from a marriage.
Yeah.
Your seniors or your family and you trying to run the same business.
Yeah.
Take it forward.
Yeah.
It is not very different from a marriage because it is absolutely adjustment, understanding, and then taking it forward together.
Absolutely.
This is what
absolutely
absolutely
And
happens.
once this wheel alignment is done,
Yeah.
trust me, you can cruise at the speed what you want to speed
Absolutely.
at.
Absolutely.
But alignment is the most important.
Most important thing,
It comes
yes.
with time. It comes with understanding
Definitely.
each other.
Definitely.
In fact, the conversation which happens on the dining table also when you reach house,
Yes.
that is also one university in itself. because
बिल्कुल,
make or break happens there.
Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely.
उसका repercussion office में होता है.
Absolutely.
So
And
very
vice versa.
recently, very recently, I got to know this that a lot of great decisions are not taken
In the boardrooms.
in the boardrooms. Are taken at the coffee place.
Absolutely.
Yeah, a lot of great decisions.
Absolutely, I
So this
agree.
is with family business. It's the dinner table.
Absolutely.
A lot of great decisions are taken, and very important and crucial decisions are taken
True.
at the dinner table. So
I agree with you.
yeah.
But Sumit, he spoke about the घर के अंदर की internal relationship between the first generation and the second generation.
Yeah.
I also being a third generation business guy. यहाँ पे एक बहुत बार comparisons भी आती है from the outside world. कि your father, your grandfather, you मतलब the vendors, the suppliers, the customers, they compare you with your father, with your grandfather.
Yeah, they do,
मतलब
they do.
Lot of things happen. So Have you faced that comparison also in your life? You must have, definitely. मतलब vendors बोलेंगे आपके पापा तो ऐसे करते थे, आप ये कर रहे हो, मतलब how you tackle those things then?
Yeah, I did face these challenges initially in the initial,
initial days we have
of
those,
my joining my father, maybe within a first year itself, right? But then, there was a volcano erupting in my belly, and I could clearly align myself over a period of time. I did few programs, which really helped me align myself with my dad's way of working.
Okay.
Right? Even in my case, my dad's way of working and my way of working is completely different. It's not same, right? But then somehow I had this, zest, to overcome this difference of opinions what we had and the way we were working together.
Right.
So it took a year or two for me. It was a struggle for me also, but with the time everything happened, alignment started happening, and then I took over it. So in fact, within 2 or 3 years of the business, the entire business was handed over to me. And last 15, 16 years, I've been running all by myself. Of course, Dad is always there to support, help, guide in terms of through his experience, whatever he had. But then the free hand, after my real growth started only after I got the free hand.
Oh.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And it works that way only. मतलब अगर
हाँ, it
grow
does.
करना है तो first generation has to give the full free hand to the next generation.
Absolutely.
और जहाँ जहाँ पे guidance चाहिए वहाँ पे खड़े रहो.
Absolutely.
Because as he said, as you previously put, if you're driving a car, ठीक है, no matter who's sitting besides you, ultimately you have to drive the car.
गाड़ी कंट्रोल तो उसके पास ही है ना.
Control is in your hand.
Correct.
And अगर आस पास में बाजू में जो भी बैठा है वो आपको नैक करता रहेगा, चाहे वो कोई भी हो, तो किसी ना किसी दिन तो आपको किसी ना किसी समय आपको फ्रस्ट्रेशन आएगा एंड आप गाड़ी घुमा दोगे, एक्सीडेंट हो ही जाएगा. तो ये है.
So actually, it's not that I had got a free hand right on the day one.
No, of course not.
But then the most important factor when you give a free hand to your junior who is joining in, of course you're a junior at the work premises, right? Even if you're his own son or a relative or something, that sort of. So it's very important. There's a checks and controls, right? When we'll take the same analogy forward when you're driving and there's a coach right next to you. You should be a coach.
Yeah.
He should, help the driver understand at what speed you should drive, when to slow down, when to take the left turn, how to go around taking a right turn, when to apply the brake and stuff like that. So when you become the coach, things become very easy. Otherwise, it can be mess, right? So the elder generation should become the coach. So the baton should be passed on to the younger generation very beautifully and in a very subtle way.
In a gradual manner.
In a gradual way. So that legacy is taken forward.
Yes.
And then you can multiply from X to 10X.
Absolutely.
तो सुमित, मेरे को अभी और एक सवाल उठ रहा है इससे. बहुत कीड़े घुस रहे हैं अभी दिमाग में. When you took over and when you got a free hand,
Yeah.
ठीक है, what was the first decision or what was that decision which all were against but you were confident कि मैं ये करूँगा तो कंपनी के लिए बेटर ही होगा, हुआ तो रहेगा. What was that decision that you took and everyone was against it but you were very firm, नहीं, I want to take this step. Do you remember?
One was Timus itself.
Oh.
One was Timus itself, because now building a brand in India is not easy, and especially
Never
when you
easy.
have limited financial resources, right? I
Yes.
come from a typical middle class family, right? So with
He's lying right now.
with limited resources of everything, be it the whatever it is, like there's a limitation everywhere.
For
around
everything,
You've
yeah.
grown in a limited atmosphere.
With limited resources for everything, yeah.
So there was an objection, or there was stiffness towards Timus itself.
Okay.
So it took me years of proving that whatever I am doing, it's in the right direction. Maybe even today I go through that. In spite of Timers being sold in more than 500 plus retail outlets today, that happens even today. Because of course we are there since last 12, 15 years, but then you are always looked at in a way where what you've got and what you have done.
Exactly.
So difference between what you have got and what you have done, that difference is you.
Right.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That difference is you. So it's better you create that difference, and the outcome of this difference should be positive.
Right.
Moment it slips down to zero or negative, there are people who's going to put hands on you and say, "मैंने तो कहा था."
Right.
And मैंने तो कहा था, it will not come from one person. Everyone who's watching you
Everyone
from
is-
behind
True.
or around you, and that person can be anyone.
Yes.
And the best of people you in your life, the people you feel they are the people who love you the most. Trust me, when something goes wrong, you might hear the first thing from them, मैंने तो कहा था.
True that.
So the journey which I have taken, it's towards towards a goal post, which is to tackle this मैंने तो कहा था people throughout my life. At the same time, it does not bother me at all because it's my journey,
Yes.
right? I'm going to fail, right? Today, I am more happy to say I have failed 1,000 times compared to the success what I've had. I'm sitting in front of you guys because of my failures, not because of my success.
Absolutely.
I have more failures in my life than I have successes.
True
Whether it's
that.
professional life, social life,
Yeah.
personal life,
life.
or maybe interpersonal life.
True.
Yes.
I have failures in all 4 quadrants of my life.
Everyone has it, but no one has the guts to say it.
I proudly I stand on those failures, Karan, and that these failures have made me what I am today.
Absolutely.
It doesn't matter what I'm going to have tomorrow, right?
It's the similar with both of us.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
telling you. अपन तीनों जो रूम में बैठे हैं ना, सबने ये कहीं ना कहीं पे we have faced
We
same things.
we failed miserably, and then we've realized, okay, this is now how it's not
And you
how
have to
it's
bounce
done.
back again.
Absolutely.
No, this is not how it's done. Like, so okay, let's try something else.
Correct.
Or let's try another way.
Correct.
And then probably
Correct.
okay, if it works out, okay, great. If it doesn't work out, no problem. We'll try another time and
Correct.
another
Absolutely,
way.
I agree. As you rightly said, the ability to bounce back is going to define.
Exactly.
The ability to bounce back through the character what you have is going to define who you want to be and who you will become
Who you will
in
become,
times to
yes.
come.
Sumit, your father had a different brand in his with his business, and you have a different brand.
So before Timus, what it was?
What was it before Timus?
So we didn't have a different brand to start with. We were manufacturers for global giants.
Acha.
For some multinationals, we used to make certain luggage components for these companies.
Okay.
Dad started this in 1985.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's been like more than 40 years now into the business. And but when I joined him, I wanted to make the complete luggage rather than making a small component of a luggage, and that's how the aspiration starts. See, when we are young, Karan and Jagdish, I know we've been together since our road track days and all, right? When we were young kids, there were a lot of energy which was in us. Like, we were always bubbling with something or the other.
Yes.
Same was with me also when I went back to work. I wanted to create something by myself, and I wanted to make a complete product rather than making a small component, right? So when I was sitting with my friends at the bistro while doing my MBA, the B school here in Mumbai itself, and that is where the Timus was born. And that's the evening I decided I want to make a complete luggage rather than sticking to making components for the rest of my life. And that decision, that evening, changed my perception, changed my attitude towards the business I used to look at. After that, it took me 6 to 8 months time to realize, to develop, to create Timus. And that is how the Timus was born. So Timus was born in the bistro at, during my college days, in a college canteen, you can say. And thanks to my friends and my professors who supported me to bring Timus into reality.
So Sumit, for our audience, कोई भी business चालू करते हैं हम लोग, तो we keep 3 factors in our mind: why, what, and how. आपने अभी why का तो आंसर दे दिया कि why Timus. So can you just also tell us what and the how factor behind Timus?
In fact, Timus had 2 more factors apart from what also.
Okay.
Where and who will do it.
Acha. Okay.
Let's talk about that also then. Yeah.
So what was very clear, what I was going to do.
Okay.
I was going to create one of India's most finest premium luggage brand in Timus.
Wow.
With top quality products. People who couldn't afford big brands, which costed maybe for a backpack 30,000 or 40,000 rupee per piece, or maybe a 50,000 rupees for a particular bag. I wanted to create a product, an aspirational product for the mid-level premium segment of the society. So what was very clear?
And it had to be indigenous.
And it had to be indigenous.
Right.
Because of the manufacturing background I had.
Yes.
And I've been my operations guy right from my engineering days to my B schooling. I always had interest in operations. Operations were my favorite subjects in my learning days also.
Okay.
So manufacturing comes. It comes in the family, it comes in the blood,
Right.
it comes in the mindset. So when I'm in Nasik, that's my hometown, I'm a manufacturer there. I have to travel 20 kilometers outside Nasik to become a marketing guy.
Ah.
Yeah.
Right. Yes.
So when you meet a guy in Nasik, you're meeting a manufacturer.
Hmm.
So it has to be indigenous, and that's
Yes.
how. So what was very clear? This is what I'm going to do.
Yes.
This is my market. This is how I'm going to position my product, and this is going to be my product matrix based on all these what's I had in my life.
Perfect.
Right.
Where to manufacture? Definitely, I'll manufacture in Nasik,
Nasik.
because Nasik outside China is a luggage hub today.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Is it?
Outside China, Nasik is the biggest luggage manufacturing hub. There are like more than 10, 15 factories there because we have global giants sitting there. So their supply chain, their vendors, the base is in Nasik itself. India's largest manufacturer is in Nasik. Global number one is in Nasik. So I wouldn't like to name anyone, but then all the big boys are sitting in the Nasik.
can name
And now
anybody,
imagine
don't
like you're amongst all the big boys in college, and you're a tiny boy in the same premises. How you going to be? You're a timid kind of, you become timid, right?
Right.
Because
Yes.
you're surrounded with all the big boys. But the challenge was to learn from all the big boys.
Yep.
Take their guidance also, take their help also, and feel gratitude also, because whatever you've learned, whatever I have learned over a period of years is thankfully to all these big boys sitting in my city.
Wow.
And they've helped me a lot. They guide me. They've been friends. They've been mentors. They have been guide at one point of time. So where was very clear,
What? Where?
very clear. I'm going to do it.
Huh.
Who is going to do it? Downslide on me.
Yeah. Yeah.
First, I need to go and sell the first piece. So if you see my business card, which read sales executive way back in 2010 and 2011, for a couple of years' time, I carried a business card, the visiting card. It read Sumit Tiwari. My post was sales executive. So whenever I moved out of Nasik, I carried those business card.
Oh.
Because when I went to shops, the retail outlets here in Mumbai itself, people didn't know that I come from a manufacturing background. I'm the owner of the factory. No blah blah shit. Not required. What required for me to tell them I was representing Timus? Number one, these are my products. If you want to show me off, you can show me off. If you like the product, you give me time to show me, to show you my products. And that is how my journey started. First couple of years, I couldn't find one single distributor.
Oh.
Nobody was ready to sell Timus. It was that difficult. Selling the first product itself was
Very
most
difficult.
difficult. The first
Most
piece
difficult,
itself was
yes.
difficult.
Yes.
But then, since who was me, I had to do it. Right?
Anyhow, you have
My
to do it,
grandfather used to tell me, जब तक तुम खुद के 2-3 जूते साल के घिसोगे नहीं, तब तक आपको यश नहीं मिलेगा.
Very.
I remember myself carrying those 5-6 bags, samples, going shop to shop, showing them. I used to tell myself one thing. Now this is where the who is coming, right? I used to tell myself, what if I was employed with a company, Pepsi Cola or Coca-Cola or something, what would have been my first job? They would have given me, or I would have purchased a blue denim. They would have given me a white T-shirt with a iCard or something, that sort of, and a notepad. I would have gone shop to shop and taken the feedbacks, done some market research, and submitted the same market research to their offices in the evening. That is what my friends were doing when they got placed after their
Yes.
B-schooling, right? That's how all of us we start. We start from
We start
internship
low.
level to even that's how you for that matter, any
That's a
corporate,
first,
right?
That's a first step.
So
Yes.
for me, I was that marketing guy in my company. I was that sales guy in my company. I was that sales officer in my company.
Yes.
I had to play the same role because I knew if anybody had to do it, who is going to do it? It's Sumit Tiwari who's going to do it. He has to sell first 100 pieces. He has to sell first 1,000 pieces. He has to create first 50 dealers. And that's how things started for Timus. It started here, and then it started on the ground, and then it started on the streets. There are people who politely have shooed me also of their shop. Meaning, in a very sophisticated way, कि आप जैसे तो बहुत आते हैं, हजारों ब्रांड इंडिया में है, मुंबई में अकेले 100 लोगों के पास में ऐसे ब्रांड लेके बैठे हुए हैं, राइट फ्रॉम भिवंडीज टू सेंट्रल मुंबई टू वेस्टर्न मुंबई, देयर आर सो मेनी पीपल, राइट, धारावीज एंड चीता कैंप्स एंड मदनपुरास, सदर बाजार इन दिल्ली. You have n number of people. Who the hell are you? We don't even know you. One sales executive coming to my shop, standing for 2 hours, ready to show 10 pieces. So, as a owner, when I sit back today in 2025, when I reflect what I went through 10, 12, 15 years back, I feel I understand market in much better way because I have been on the street and I love to be on street even today.
Right.
So that who was driving me, and even today, the who drives me even in my all actions at this point of time also. So when I speak to my sales executive or sales officer or area sales managers or the sales guys in my team, I can relate to their sentences. I can relate to what they have gone through the field or what they go through the field. Right? So thanks to my experience then, of course, slowly over a period of last 10 years, I was promoted to CEO today, where I am at this point of time. But my journey started as a sales executive.
Only.
I had to position myself there. And then slowly I was operations manager in my company. Then I became a manufacturing head. And then I had to be CEO, right? When I sit today, there must be somebody who's much better than me.
Absolutely.
Right? Who's a better CEO than what I'll be I am at this point of time.
Right.
So now, don't be surprised if I have a CEO in the company who is more dynamic, who is more result oriented than what Sumit Tiwari himself. And we should not cling to our positions.
True.
Right?
True.
So I am ready to give to someone who's more competent, more clever, and who can take a Timus to a different heights altogether. So this all things comes from the who. So where was clear? What I'm going to do is absolutely, I was crystal clear about all my whats. Who was clear? How to do it? Then I had to actually sit back and, but जैसे हम लोग, if you remember, our दादी जी used to make the sweater, एक stitch by एक stitch हमें करना पड़ता था. So that is how I had to frame how. So I had to break how also in many things. How I'm going to manufacture, how I'm going to source raw material, how I'm going to design the products, because at this point of time, I couldn't afford big designers. Fortunately, I was an engineer, design knowledge thoda bahut tha, which really helped me in those initial days to design products. And then from where I'm going to store this, you need to have a warehouse also, because once the bag is made, the volumes are more.
Yes.
Right? How I'm going to pay the salaries of the people.
True.
Yes.
Right? How my next day is going to come, how's my day next going to begin with. So a lot of hows were there. And these hows try to make me the person I am at this point of time, because you asked me at the opening, how do we manage our misalignments or
Yes.
multitasking, right?
Yes.
We'll end up doing a lot of multitasking together. It comes from the how. If you
Yes.
understood the how of your life, you will never be stopped by anyone. So understanding how is very important. You may have answers to all your whats, all your WH questions,
Yes.
right? How will define you again, how you're going to travel your own journey.
Wow.
Yes,
That's how it
absolutely.
is.
So, you answered the why, where, what, how, okay, and this all of these things brought you that success, right? But when you talk about success, वो बिना struggle के नहीं आता. आपने struggle देखा ही है, सबने struggle देखा है. So, coming from a business family, how has been your struggle? How your struggle has been, and how did you overcome it?
So my life is full of struggles.
Yes.
Right? And as I told you earlier, I have lived my life in 4 different quadrants. And in my early days, I have learned to define those quadrants also. But yes, at the end of the day, you try and you mix up all those quadrants, and
Yes.
everything goes haywire.
True.
So struggles has always been there, Jagdish bhai, and but I'm extremely proud of the struggles I have gone through. Those struggles have given me a lot of negatives in my own life, whether it's health or personal, mental health and whatnot. But then struggles are struggle.
Yes.
When you're going through a struggle, you cannot say ki I want to erase this chapter or I want to overtake this 5 years of my life
Yeah.
and reach the 6th year and I don't want to go through struggle. No, you have to go through each and every
Yeah.
day, each and every moment of that day for next 4, 5, 6 years until you are trying to overcome or you overcome those years of struggle, right?
सॉरी टू कट यू बट एक चीज मुझे इससे बोलनी है, ऐड करनी है. इस याद आ गया एक चीज. माय पापा ही यूज्ड टू टेल मी दिस एवरीवेयर. इनफैक्ट ही यूज्ड टू टेल एवरीबडी दिस. कोई भी उनके पास आता था ना, ही वाज वन गाय हु यूज्ड टू हेल्प एवरीबडी. तो वो बोलते थे कि जो भी तुम्हारे दर पे आए, तुम्हारे पावर में जो है उनको हेल्प कर दो. सो वो एक एडवाइस देते थे और बहुत अच्छा एनालॉजी देते थे वो कि तुम यहाँ से अगर CST जाते हो, ट्रेन पकड़ते हो, तो सीधा CST पहुँचते हो, तो सब लोग बोलेंगे नहीं.
करेक्ट
भाई मुलुंड से अगर जा रहे हो तो बीच में घाटकोपर आएगा, दादर आएगा, बाइकला आएगा, CST आएगा, जो भी आएगा. यू इवन इफ इट्स अ फास्ट और अ स्लो ट्रेन, यू हैव टू पास दो स्टेशंस. So this is what struggle is.
True.
You know, you have to pass through everything to reach to the ultimate goal. Final destination.
True.
So yeah, continue.
Absolutely. So in fact, it's very important that all of us go through the struggle.
Yes.
And people who go through struggles in their early lives, they are more blessed.
Yes.
Because the struggles what I went through when I was 22, 24, 25, 30, what if like I go through the same struggles when I'm 50, 55, 60?
Yes.
I will not have even strength to get up and run back, right? So at least, God gave me those struggles in much earlier in my life.
Right.
All those struggles. I'm thankful to God.
Right.
I have faced n number of struggles, whether it's financial struggles, personal struggles,
mental struggles,
emotional struggles.
Yes.
And as far as mental struggles is concerned, I guess mostly all of us, all entrepreneurs go through mental health issues.
Absolutely.
Some talk about it, some do not talk about it. There are some who want to talk about it, but they don't know whom to talk about it. And then you unnaturally you get carried away with things because you are disturbed mentally.
You're overwhelmed about it.
You're overwhelmed about it.
Yeah.
And then your struggles becomes even stronger, bigger. They become like mountains. Now what you could have just crossed the river and continued a journey, now you have to climb a mountain full of struggle, and there's a river again. Again you have to cross the river and go.
Yes.
So hota hai, and you can't deny that. And I have always been very vocal about my struggles wherever I have gone, whichever platform. Yes, I am here because of my struggle. Do I struggle today? Of course.
Yes.
In fact, today's struggles are much greater than the struggles what I had 15 years before.
Yes, absolutely.
The complexity has increased, in fact. Those were the simple struggles.
Yes.
Now the struggles are difficult. Now struggle is to survive.
Yes.
Struggle is to sustain.
Yes.
Struggle is to grow. Struggle is to keep your finances in place.
Yes.
So there are times what you see is totally different to what you have behind the curtains, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So it's very important that you balance these things today.
Yeah. You know, the devil is behind the curtains all the time. What you see outside is not what the person is.
Absolutely.
The struggles behind the curtains is
absolutely
the real devil.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And especially when Timus is like a baby, right? You want the best to give to that baby when the baby is performing on the stage, because it's ultimately on the stage. As a parent, when you're watching your baby on the stage, right? So the audience is the parents in my case. The customers are part of the audience in my case, and Timus is on the stage, and you want best for Timus to be there so that Timus is seen properly. Fortunately, yes, the baby has performed well, but at the same time, as you rightly said, the devils are behind, the struggles are behind the curtain, right?
Yes.
But then you want best for your baby outside.
Absolutely, and then you have to protect your baby from the devil.
Absolutely.
Since you said कि Timus is your baby, और ये baby बहुत सारे giants के बीच में बढ़ रहा है, जो luggage industry के all सब giants आपके area में है, तो how's Timus different from this giants? So, what makes it different? A different brand.
And also, what is your forecast for the future with Timus?
A very good question, Karan. In fact, a lot of people ask me, where do you see yourself?
Yes.
And बहुत सारे ऐसे भी लोग हैं कि they would be wanting to tell me at one point of time कि मैंने कहा था.
Yes.
ठीक है, मैंने कहा था. But वो यही चीज से इंस्पिरेशन मिलता है कि मैंने कहा था. जो लोग बोलने वाले हैं ना, आपको पता है होता सबकॉन्शियसली यू नो
कि they'll ask.
ये 1 2 3 4 5 6 लोग बोलने वाले हैं कि मैंने आपको कहा था. This is what drives you.
Oh.
This is what drives you.
Right.
So no matter how big people are sitting in the industry, my field, luggage industry itself is a very, very competitive industry
Yes.
today. And Timus is trying to make position for itself in this, crowded segment. There are big multinationals sitting here. There are Indian giants sitting here. They with huge factories, be it Nasik, Gujarat, or some factories are coming up in north also, and competition is tremendous at this point of time.
और startups भी आजकल जो
Even
fund हो रहा
there
है
are-
Shark Tanks में we have seen luggage brands coming up and
Absolutely,
getting funded.
there are 10 to 15 good startups who are trying to make names for themselves with abundance of resources available at their disposal. So now you have to make name for yourself, right? So this is a different and a new struggle in your life.
Yes.
Yes.
Right, this is also a struggle. But इसमें जो मिठास है ना, because you know this is a struggle, you have to come out of it मस्ती करके,
Okay.
success लाके. Because now the question is like you have to make a name for yourself in the dominating industry dominated by so many other players, right? So we don't want to become the Maruti of the industry. There are people who are very, very big, but then they're trying to become the Maruti of the industry. If you open up any e-commerce portal, be it Amazon, Flipkart, Myntra, you can buy their product as low as 1,500 rupees or 2,000 rupees.
Yes,
Right?
absolutely. Yeah,
But Timus, you will not be able to find, because we ourselves are not placing ourselves in that
Category.
that category.
Right.
We don't want to be a mass brand. We want to be a good, affordable brand, but not so low. Absolutely, we are very clear. We want to offer something which is worth 15,000-20,000 rupees at 5,000 to 8,000 rupees.
Wow. Okay.
Right? Our market positioning is very clear in our head in my office.
Great.
Right? We are a premium brand made for mid-level premium segment. People who want to buy a 30,000 rupee a backpack, but their aspirations, they cannot fill their aspirations. But at the same time, they want to be different in the industry. They want to carry better product or a good-looking product with good features. Timus is made for them. They can walk out from the store with Timus product at 8,000, 10,000 rupee, and apple to apple you can compare with what you have not purchased at 30,000 or 40,000 rupees. So we're trying to make ourselves present there. So we're trying to create our niche there. Luggage industry is, it's a huge industry, 40,000 crore ka industry hai India mein ye. And the organized sector, which you guys are talking about, the big people you're talking about, they have only 1/4 of the industry.
Is it?
They have just 1/4 of the industry, and we're not even competing with them. They're the big boys in the industry. They'll always be big boys, right? We are trying to create, there's a gap between the unorganized guys or a smaller guys or unorganized market and these organized fellows, the big guys. We're trying to have a gap, find a gap between them. And fortunately, we've been able to find that gap also. And that is where Timus is being focused to position itself.
Okay.
Right? So that's how it is.
Wow. Okay. So, you spoke about design, in our previous when you spoke about design, that you had some knowledge. That's why you did not struggle, with design when you were designing Timus ka, products. So, what is the biggest design challenge in the luggage industry right now, which people don't realize?
People forget to keep luggage simple.
Okay.
Keeping simple things is more complicated these days.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Everybody wants to stand out. And now in attempt to stand out, you forget why the luggage is made. What is the main purpose? The purpose of luggage. You want to add too many things in it so that you can distinguish or you can stand out from the so many luggage brands in the market, and you forget the main function of the luggage.
Yeah.
So now the challenge is to keeping your luggage as functional as possible is more important rather than loading your luggage with n number of things and making the luggage heavier by 2 or 3 kgs. And then customers having a problem at the airports when they travel, because you're not only traveling with your belongings, you're traveling with 2 or 3 kgs of extra weight of the luggage because of those things which the brand owners wanted to have implemented on those luggages to stand out from the market.
Yeah, we don't need those features. Like I don't need extra compartments. I
You
need a
don't need.
simple,
What you
simple
need
luggage,
is like
yeah.
a good case which
Yeah.
can keep your belongings in a very safe way.
Yeah.
Right. That's the primary purpose of the luggage.
Because airport doesn't handle it well. Yeah. So.
वो
But
तो
at the
सेकेंडरी हो गया, बट वो
secondary हो गया,
जैसे बोला कि वो बैग का लगेज 2 किलो बढ़ जाता है तो मेरा खुद का सामान कम जाता है.
Right. Right. So a good design luggage with good functionality. Aesthetic wise, it should be good.
Yes.
Color wise, it should be good. It should have
Durability
it should be
should be there,
minimalistic.
yeah.
Durability should be there. It should last at least for 10 years once you purchase.
Yeah.
But now the new kids are changing luggages like they change their shirts and pants.
Yeah.
Like the
Right,
wardrobe they change
every
this,
6
yeah.
our parents bought one luggages. In fact,
They ran it for 20
they ran
years.
it and as a part of legacy, it was passed on to the next generation also.
No, but
Exactly.
I've seen लगेज के पहले कवर भी यूज करते हो, प्लास्टिक कवर वगैरह आते थे
Correct,
मतलब लगेज
correct,
पर. आजकल तो
correct,
मतलब इतने
correct.
फैंसी
Correct,
लगेज
correct,
फैंसी आते हैं कि मतलब यू नीड
correct,
कवर
correct.
आल्सो.
बट उनका ड्यूरेबिलिटी बहुत कम हो गया पहले वाले
Absolutely.
से.
So this is where a brand should focus on making a good quality luggage.
Yes.
अच्छा डिजाइन होना चाहिए, अच्छे कलर्स होना चाहिए, यूजर फ्रेंडली चीजें होनी चाहिए उसमें. अगर इतना भी कर दिया ना, कस्टमर्स आर हैप्पी. उन्हें नहीं चाहिए कि आपका बैग में से एक फ्लैप निकले, आप उसके ऊपर लैपटॉप रख सकते हो, वो एयरपोर्ट पे काम कर सकते हो. अरे आपको ऑफिस में टाइम नहीं है काम करने के लिए, या सब समय है तो आप अपना लैपटॉप नहीं लेके बैठते हो, तो आप एयरपोर्ट में 15 मिनट के वो जिग्स एंड फसल में कहाँ पे काम करने वाले हो. इट्स ऑल मार्केटिंग गिमिक. पीपल वांट गुड क्वालिटी लगेज. उनके बेसिक नीड्स उस लगेज ने सेटिस्फाई करना चाहिए, एंड दे आर willing to pay a right amount for that luggage.
It should be functional.
It should be functional, as
Yes.
simple as that. आजकल के दुनिया में नॉर्मल होना बहुत डिफिकल्ट हो चुका है.
difficult.
बहुत डिफिकल्ट हो चुका है.
Stand
लोग
out.
उस चीज को कॉम्प्लिकेट बना देते हैं.
Right.
So being normal is the best thing I would feel is a requirement of my industry, and that is what Timus wants to do. We don't want to create lot of complications in the luggage. Our luggages are meant for people who are traveling for a sense of their purpose, and we want to solve that purpose.
No, but guys, as you rightly said, Timus has a very good range of all the luggage. You can check their website. They have vibrant colors, good durability, everything. We have seen it personally, so I can vouch for that.
We can vouch for that. Yes. You said that it basically the design should be functional and should be normal. But आज की जिंदगी में, आज के दौर में फंक्शनैलिटी जो है, फंक्शनल होना बहुत बेसिक हो गया है. एंड एनी बिजनेस अगर उसको लॉन्ग टर्म रन करना है तो उसको इनोवेशन की बहुत ज़रूरत होती है. एनीथिंग न्यू दैट इज कमिंग इन, पीपल लुक आउट फॉर दैट. So what is happening in the luggage industry? What innovations are
So a lot
happening?
of things happening in the luggage industry, especially with the good brands.
Right.
So there's innovation happening at the raw material front, the quality of plastics being used,
Right.
the recycled plastics. The raw material itself is made from the wastage recycled products, so that we are more responsible to the mother earth. Sustainable products are made.
Yes.
So when you do all these things, it helps the nature also, the mother earth also, because you're spreading greener environment. You are taking care of the environment around you, the things around you. So yes, this is one important aspect what luggage industry is seeing. Some of the responsible brands like us, we are focusing on that. And in times to come, sustainability will become the most important factor, because there's a lot of polycarbonate, polyester, polypropylene, this kind of grades of plastics being used in the luggage industry, and at the end of the day, it's been dumped somewhere on the earth, right? So we have to become more responsible. We have to make products which are
Nature friendly.
Yes. So this is one important thing. Of course, the GPRS and all those systems are coming into luggage now, where you can track your luggages.
Yes.
You can track the distance. If somebody has thrown your luggage, you'll get an SMS saying, yes, your luggage has been thrown, and what kind of impact it has made, or what kind of stress it's going through, and all those things. So these are becoming new norms or new normals in the luggage industry at this point of time.
Advancement of technology is coming in luggage as well.
Absolutely. So these kind of things will definitely benefit the end user also. This is also part of the function. Like you're sitting in the aircraft and your luggage is like, been mishandled by the airport authorities. You'll come to know. You can sit in the airport on your smartphone itself while you're sitting in the aircraft. You will know how your luggage is being handled.
Wonderful.
So that's how things are progressing fast in the luggage industry. And we as a responsible brand, we are also working towards this. But our primary focus remains in the long term that how we can make products which are nature friendly.
तो सुमित, आप इतना इनोवेशंस और अपना ड्यूरेबिलिटी के बारे में सोचते हो, एक अभी किस्सा मुझे याद आया कि एक ब्रांड था, आई डोंट वांट टू नेम द ब्रांड राइट नाउ, दे गॉट फंडिंग फ्रॉम शार्क टैंक, वेरी गुड फंडिंग दे गॉट, बट लेटर ऑन सबको ये मालूम पड़ा कि दे यूज टू जस्ट बाय इट फ्रॉम चाइना, पुट दैट टैग एंड सेल इट, एंड दैट्स व्हाई दे गॉट द गुड मार्केट. ऐसा भी होता है आपकी इंडस्ट्री में?
करेक्ट. सो इनफैक्ट ऐसे 95% केसेस में होता है.
ओके.
95% केसेस में ऐसा होता है वेयर पीपल क्लेम देयर मैन्युफैक्चरर्स एंड द प्रमोटर्स ऑफ द brand.
Yeah.
But if you see, a lot of contract manufacturing is happening. And a lot of brands are getting manufactured outside India. They have created a space for themselves in the market. I don't want to name them and something that sort of. But then when as a customer, you should be more responsible what you're buying, how you're buying, where you're buying, and what are your intentions when you buy the product, and how important it is for you to support the Indian manufacturers.
That's
so
right.
when you are intentionally correct buyer, you will pick up things which are made in India or manufacture where made in India products are more promoted. So that's been happening in the luggage industry. That's been happening in other industries also. People white label and stuff like that. That's unfortunately that's how the scene is. But it's okay. There's a competition. People want to run fast in the race. People have timelines. And that is where they mismanage or wrongly quote themselves. It's more of that, right? So you are a trading company, you buy things from some country, you bring it here, and then you want to sell it. So you're a trader actually. And then but that's how it is. I don't want to go
deep. Don't
deep.
feel bad कि हम तो इतना मेहनत करते हैं, मतलब you do lot of things and these people just put a tag and just sell it.
So you have an option to feel bad and feel depressed.
Yeah.
Or you have an option to feel motivated that you can do better and go back to the factories and make a better product, and you can communicate with your audience what you're doing.
Great.
We choose to be
The option two.
the option two.
Yeah.
That is how it is.
Yeah.
So because आप किसके मुंह लगोगे, right? आप कहाँ पे नजर दौड़ाओगे? There'll be somebody or other who's going to do this at one point of time, right? So डिप्रेस होने के लिए तो बहुत सारे चीजें हैं, सैड फील करने के लिए बहुत सारे चीजें हैं ना आपके अगल बगल में.
तो अपने हाथ में
आप
किसको
हम
लेना
गिनती
है,
नहीं
किसको
करते आएगा हमें इतनी चीजें. इट इज बेटर दैट दे आर ब्रिंगिंग इन प्रोडक्ट्स फ्रॉम आउटसाइड. एटलीस्ट यू लर्न व्हाट दे आर ब्रिंगिंग इन.
Okay. Yeah.
What are they product accepted by the market or not accepted by the market?
So rather feeling bad, we feel motivated कि वो क्या कर रहे हैं, क्या नहीं कर रहे, हम क्या और कर सकते हैं.
There are times they become your business guide also.
हाँ, true.
Right? You take the best out of that and you move forward. Right? But then I know at least at Timus, our heart lies in manufacturing, and then of course with love of the people who buy and use Timus, the brand is steadily but surely building its space.
Wonderful.
So Sumit, on that note to continue, आज का जो मार्केट है Gen Z, Gen Alpha और बहुत सारे ट्रैवल इन्फ्लुएंसर्स के ऊपर चलता है, मतलब द मार्केट. So how Timus or what Timus adopts its marketing strategy in this today's world?
In fact, it's very easy and very difficult also at the same time to sell to Gen Zs and the new generations with the young minds today. Easy because now the young generation doesn't want to use those 2-3 brands what they've seen their parents used.
True.
It. They want to come out of that blues and the blacks and the regular red dabbas what their parents used to use, right?
Yes.
And they want to stand different in the market today when they're holding something in their hand.
True.
Be it watch, be it shoes what they wear, the clothes, the attires what they carry. And of course now the bag has become a style statement for these people. Hence it's very easy to have an audience who's ready to buy something new in the market.
Right.
That is how this e-commerce industry has flourished, right? You see something, you like it and you want to buy it, right?
True.
So it's very easy because they want to try something new. Now, why it is difficult? It is difficult because if you don't live up to their expectations, very quickly you're going to be out of the market because जितने जल्दी वो accept करते हैं ना उससे दुगना स्पीड से आपको रिजेक्ट भी कर देते हैं.
Right.
10-second.
At least the older generation रिजेक्ट करने के लिए टाइम लेते थे. वो दुकान में जाएंगे, कहेंगे ये टूट गया है, ये खराब है, इसको बना दो. They were loyal. They would go. आपका इतना बड़ा ब्रांड है, ये आपका व्हील.
उनके पास इतना ऑप्शंस भी नहीं था तभी. वो भी तो पॉइंट है.
ऑप्शंस भी नहीं था, लेकिन उन्होंने अगर एक ब्रांड ले लिया है ना, घर में अगर एक किस्म की चाय पत्ती आ रही ना आपके पास में,
जनरेशन तक वही
आएगी. वही ऐसे नहीं कि मार्केट में चाय पत्ती कम मिलती है.
स्टिल इन माय हाउस सेम चाय पत्ती जो आज से 50 साल पहले आ रही थी वही आ रही है.
तो लॉयल्टी ज्यादा था वहाँ पे. अभी ऐसा नहीं है. अभी ऐसा है कि अगर आपके प्रोडक्ट में कुछ खराबी निकल गई ना, वो बंदा कभी आपका प्रोडक्ट नहीं खरीदेगा.
वापस नहीं आएगा.
सो इट्स डिफिकल्ट. Easy to bring them to your organization or to attract them towards your product. Retention is the most difficult thing because they want to try something different. They want to stand out in the market. How many of us we know our parents stood at the airport trying to flaunt their luggages? No. In fact, they kept the luggages on the floor so that it became the chair for them. They sat on the their luggages so that waiting for the trains or the the buses and all. That's how it is. Yeah. But now it's not that. They will want to flaunt the luggage. They want to show them what brand I am carrying, how it is, how the trolley is, how the wheel is, whether the brand is doing good on the Instagram, what we are talking about it. So all this form a part of the product.
Yes.
Just not that one luggage piece is not a product. Whatever you do around that luggage is the product what you're selling to these people.
Yeah. True that.
That's how it is, Karan.
Wow. So how do you strategize that?
So we have to be mix of all. We have to create a space for ourselves where the loyalty is also very, very important to us, because luggage is a kind of a product, or especially the trolleys and suitcases what we make. The one family would buy once in 2 years or 3 years and they will never come back, right? But maybe through different products like backpack and all, we want them to come back and prefer buying Timus.
Yes.
So we have to deliver what they want, right? I don't want to manufacture something with what they don't want. The advantage of being a manufacturer is I can study the market and I go back and design what they want and give to them. So this is the biggest advantage we have. This helps us to retain people. It may take a little time because we have to go, design, conceptualize, manufacture, deliver.
Yes.
ये सब चीज को टाइम जाता है.
बिल्कुल जाता
है ना. तो आई एम नॉट अ ट्रेडिंग गाय कि मुझे जाके कहीं से खरीद के लाके बेचना नहीं है.
हाँ, बिल्कुल.
मुझे जाके कॉन्सेप्टलाइज करना है, डिजाइन करना है, सोर्स करना है रॉ मटेरियल्स, फिर मैन्युफैक्चर करना है, सप्लाई चेन से अलग अलग वेयरहाउसेस में पहुंचाना है, दुकानों में जाएगा, फिर वो माल बिकेगा वहां पे,
फिर मार्केट होगा और
फिर मार्केट होगा. सो इट टेक्स 3-4 months टाइम, राइट? बट एडवांटेज इज दैट यस, we can produce what they want.
Yeah. So the advantage is in manufacturing.
Advantage is how fast you can think what your customers want.
Yeah.
You can go back and deliver what they want.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So it's like a complete wheel.
It's complete wheel. Even if you know what your customers want and you can't deliver it, it's no use, no?
No use. Absolutely.
It's no use.
Yeah.
You need to execute that also.
Yes. Okay. As we mentioned about Indian brands earlier, we did not name any brand, but there are a lot of Indian luggage brands, as you said, and Nasik is the hub. There are also global giants. Okay, Timus being an indigenous Indian brand. Okay, my question is, how are they competing with the global giants? And Timus being an Indian one, how are Indian brands doing globally?
Great. So global brands are, of course, doing very good globally because they have legacies of more than 100 plus years, and they are respected, and they have been teachers to all of us, right? They have taught the industry how the luggages should be made, so respect should go to them, and I've also learned from them. It's a phenomenal journey. Like you need to have a mentor in your life.
Yes.
There are times. You should have big heart, and you should also make your competitors or your competition as your mentor, because you learn from them also, and then we should not deny it. So I've also learned a lot of things from them. I continue to learn from them. That always will be there. As far as Indian brands are concerned, the big Indian brands we know since our childhood days or since generations, how they're doing globally. unfortunately, none of Indian brands have gone outside India and made name for themselves.
Is it?
Everybody has struggled.
Is it?
Everybody
Oh.
has struggled.
Oh.
They may be number 1, number 2, number 3 here in
India.
Indian subcontinent or India, but globally people don't know them.
Oh.
That's a very unfortunate part of the industry. Right? In fact, the Indian brands have tied up with the global brands and brought them here in India so that they can create a name or a stronger name for themselves in the premium segment.
Is it? Okay.
But none of global companies have thought that this brand is famous in India. Let's do a tie-up with them and bring to a particular country there in the Western world.
Okay.
That has never happened so far.
So not in the third world countries also, India has a presence over there?
So we have, but in terms of but in terms of brand, the brand has not built by itself, or the brand has not built by themselves, right?
I mean, they've
they
done
must have
some
supplied.
Yeah.
Acha,
But
exactly.
the brand value is not there.
Okay.
They must have done some JV.
Correct.
And
Correct.
then
Or maybe
sold.
excess material would have been supplied, or they must have catered to
Indirectly,
orders.
they must have
in bits
contributed
and
to it,
pieces,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it's not in a very organized way.
Like a
if you
full-fledged
see,
brand,
like if you
huh.
move around in Mumbai, you see 30 stores of particular brand
Brand,
here.
uh-huh.
You can't go to Africa or Dubai or Morocco, the US or the European countries, and you see at least 5 stores of these brands there.
Oh.
That you won't see that.
Okay.
So so there's a gap. So we have
Yeah.
not tried to understand what global audience want, and that is the difference, right? And
Especially in the premium segment, there's nothing.
yeah, because see, over the last 30, 40 years, the brands who become very big, what they are at this point of time, they've not been able to position themselves. They really didn't know what they want to do in life in terms of positioning themselves globally.
Right.
Forget about India. They must have done very well in India, phenomenally well in India. But I don't see anybody had that global vision that yes, I'm going to create a brand which can be sold in 100 plus countries or 150 plus countries.
Yeah.
I have never seen that vision in
terms of luggage.
In terms of luggage,
Yeah.
I'm talking about only luggage.
Huh.
I
You're
don't
a
know
luggage
anything
guy.
else. I'm a luggage guy. I don't know anything else. I'm talking about luggage. So that's how it is.
No, for the audience, in terms of luggage,
Absolutely.
this is what
Absolutely.
has happened. Yeah.
But if you see other sectors, people have done phenomenally well,
Yes,
and
yes.
there are a lot of Indian brands who have which
They have
have
global
gone
presence.
global.
Huh.
They have a global presence.
Yes,
But
yes.
in our case, unfortunately, it's not been the case. Now things are moving. Hopefully, next 3, 4, 5, 6 years, we should see, or we should encourage few good Indian brands to go globally.
So you being from this industry, what do you think should be done for any brand or for your brand to achieve this global
That's a
presence?
secret that he wouldn't share.
I mean, of course. nahin.
Yeah, I mean,
must be an idea.
Karan, in a way, he's right. What you said right now, but
That's his
we
vision.
we must focus on brand building also, which I feel and brand building globally, not
Yes.
just locally.
Exactly.
Right now, the whole globe is one village, right?
Yes.
Absolutely.
We must think global and act local, and when we are acting local, we must take our companies forward so that we have a global presence also.
Exactly.
So there was the mindset. So there was a gap in the mindset itself. This was missing in the mindset of the luggage industry the owners. Hopefully now there's so many brands mushrooming in the last 2, 3, 4 years, and I want at least 1 or 2 brands or 3 brands or 4 brands should make India proud and should have a global presence also.
So Timus is one
it's
of them?
good.
It's time.
Timus should be one of them.
Definitely.
I'm very
All the
sure
best,
about it.
guys.
Why not? I mean, we want to be one of them, and there are few more brands in the market who have a good potential to go global. And being an Indian first, I would like my India to be present in different countries. Whichever brand can take it forward, I'll be more than happy about it. Yes. And as part of being a family as part of being a Timus, I want Timus also to be there.
Right.
Definitely. And Timus Charcha wishes you all the best for that endeavor to you.
Thanks.
So, Sumit, we see a lot of ads for suitcases, and all these ads are usually, focused on fashion and style. Okay, but we are Indians. हम लोग हर चीज में emotion attach कर ही लेते हैं. ठीक है. So, how do you think a product like a suitcase or a luggage can be emotionally connected to customers?
So, as I told you earlier, when a luggage brand sticks to basics and fundamentals of the purpose of the luggage,
Right.
you create a lot of loyalty among the customer's mind, and once you start creating that loyalty in their heart, emotions develop.
Yes.
Emotions develop for that product or the luggage brand what you're using.
Right.
Right. It also comes from the right sense. What do I mean by right sense is how you portray your luggage or your product, your story in front of them, the
Yes.
real story.
The real story.
If they can
yes.
connect to it, the emotions will develop. So whether you're reaching out to them through your Instagram handles, Facebooks, LinkedIn, YouTube channels, and so many other platforms where you can speak about your brand or you can speak about your story. A person
Connect them
who's
to your story.
connect. If they find there's a connection, emotions will develop.
Yes.
And ultimately, no matter what you're selling, if there's connections and through connections, there's a emotional bond between the user and the company, the product will sell. Right. That's how it is. Of course, it's very important. Like as you rightly said, in today's time, luggage is a fashion oriented product at this point of time. You need to be fashion forward. You need to be ahead of what fashion industry is doing, or you
Yes.
need to be, if not ahead, at least you need to be at par with them.
With them, yes.
Yeah, because luggage has become a style statement. People want to flaunt what they're carrying.
Yes.
Right from the small case in your hand to the big suitcase, you need to be there, available with the latest fashion trends, and that has become the minimum requisite of a product. So you cannot deny that I want to make the same blue, black, red dabba what it was made in earlier days. No, you have to be fashion forward at this point of time.
Yes. But then again, balance the emotions and the
Absolutely.
And the fashion.
So any good brand, see, all of us, we have our own story, right?
Yeah,
As a human being also, we have our own story. Likewise, every company has its story. Now, how well you can tell your story.
You can
to
portray
your-
that
to-
story,
To
yes.
portray the story to the user, to your
Yes.
audience, and how well you can connect with them, and you can make them understand you and help them to connect with you is going to define how you're going to position yourself in the market in their hearts.
True that.
That is how it is going to be.
बट एज ए राइटली सेड अबाउट द फैशन, आजकल के जो बच्चे हैं उनको खुद की सेपरेट बैग चाहिए, जो भी पहले होती नहीं थी। वो द एयरपोर्ट के लिए लगे छोटा अलग बैग चाहिए, उसका लुक एंड फील अलग
अरे
चाहिए।
look at your kids.
I know
They
they're
want-
just
they-
5.5 साल की बच्ची है, बट दे नीड अ डिफरेंट बैकपैक, दे नीड अ डिफरेंट लगेज फॉर देम, जो पहले नहीं होता था।
करेक्ट। सो क्या हो गया ना करण, ज़रूरतें चेंज हो गई है। पहले ज़रूरत अलग थी जब आपके बिलोंगिंग्स
limited
आप
थी।
कैरी करते थे। आज की ज़रूरतें अनलिमिटेड हो चुकी है।
Unlimited. Right.
आज आपको अपने चीज़ें कैरी करना है, और जो अपनी चीज़ें आप कैरी करते हो ना, वो जैसे होता है ना मी टाइम, वैसे वो चीज़ें भी आपके हो जाती है, पॉजेसिव हो जाता है कि यस आई वांट टू कैरी दिस मिनिमम दीज थिंग्स व्हेन आई एम ट्रैवलिंग अब्रॉड और अ वेकेशन और फॉर माई ऑफिस ट्रिप्स. So for that, you need a space for yourself. And now people use separate luggage because they find there's a lot of emotion is there. When you carry your own luggage, is you become possessive of your own luggage because it's your own private space.
I know.
And you do have that 30-40 liters of space around you where you can ये मेरी जगह है.
राइट।
ये मेरी जगह है. It's like as if वो आपकी जमीन है ना, वो मेरी जगह है. So that the feeling of it's mine, it's my space, is creating another industry. In fact, the industry is penetrating and industry is growing because a lot of people, right from the young kid who's just 5 years old, wants to carry a small bag, a toy bag for himself or
Exactly.
herself, to a 80-year-old gentleman who wants to carry the latest looking luggages so that he can feel he's 20.
Right.
So everybody is growing. Everybody wants to carry differently. Everybody wants to have that private space for themselves. And hence, luggage industry is booming today.
Great, यार।
Wonderful.
So friends, apart from being a successful entrepreneur, Sumit is also a very good orator, and उन्होंने बहुत सारे प्लेटफॉर्म्स पे बहुत सारी मोटिवेशनल टॉक्स दिए। He visits colleges, schools and lot of other places. So Sumit, what motivates you, and आपको टाइम कैसे मिलता है ये सब करने के लिए भी?
So
And one more thing, and he has got lot of awards also. I have the entire list, but I can't speak about all the awards. Let him only speak about the awards also.
a lot of people ask me this question on every platform I go to.
Yes.
But then, Karan, it becomes very simple for me, and it comes very naturally in spite of me being extremely busy. There are times you have sent me in WhatsApp message and I have replied to you 3 days or 4 days
I
बाद
know, I
में.
know, I know.
So
I've experienced that.
so ये ऐसे होता है. Even if you check my messages right now, you'll see more than 1200
100
messages
messages.
on my WhatsApp.
Oh.
So time is something which is is something which is in the नहीं है अभी
Time
उतना.
is of time, for you. Time is premium. Yeah.
टाइम इज प्रीमियम,
Yes.
और डिफिकल्ट है. बट देन क्या होता है ना, जो चीज़ के लिए आप पैशनेट हो और आपको करना है ना, तो फिर टाइम ऑटोमेटिकली निकल आता है, क्योंकि आपकी वो टॉप 3 टॉप 5 प्रायोरिटी में आता है.
Right.
Like the platforms I go to, or different colleges I speak on, on various subjects, right? It comes from my heart. It comes from the passion what I have to give back to the society at large. When I speak to the B school kids, the people who are doing their MBAs in their first year, second year, or the third year, fourth year engineering, or even the budding managers of different corporates, it gives me sense of belongingness to the nature, because I feel whatever I've learned over a period of last 10-15 years being in the industry through my struggles, I want to emphasize on that. It's time for me to give back to the society at large, to contribute. I have an idea, Karan. You have an idea. You have a knowledge and I have a knowledge. You share your knowledge to me. I share my knowledge to you. You have that one idea. You share it with me. I share my idea with you. When you walk out of this room, you'll have 2 ideas.
True.
I'll have 2 ideas.
2 ideas.
Versus you have 1 rupee, I have 1 rupee, you give your rupee to me, I give my rupee to you. When you move out of this room, you'll have only 1 rupee which you were carrying. The value doesn't change.
Doesn't change.
Value lies in what you can deliver,
Right.
how you can deliver, how passionately you can give back. So me going to different colleges today, talking to thousands of kids at this point of time, especially after 2021, it helps me to understand their mindset.
Right.
It helps me to feel that I'm contributing to the society at large through whatever I have learned, giving back to them in form of knowledge sharing. And fortunately, people have found, the colleges have found whatever I have spoken on those platforms very relevant. And because it has been found very relevant, they have recommended my name across different institutions in India today.
Right.
And more than 20 institutions I've already visited where I've spoken on various subjects given to me. And it also helps me keep going, Karan, because you meet young minds when they ask you certain questions. So there are times when they ask you some uncomfortable questions also about your organization, company, yourself, and you evolve from those questions.
Right.
And you, as a person, your character is getting built, and you also learn a lot of things from them. So I take it as a challenge, and because I enjoy doing it, I can remove time because it's become a part of my life, So it's not that, it's something which is an external factor. I need to remove time. It's a part of my life now. And as and when I get opportunity, I remove time, I go there. But yes, through all my talks, through all my examples, I have tried to put timers ahead of all those things, because the examples what I give, my talks are around timers, so I do justice to timers also. So my company also doesn't get offended. I am living up to my job description given to me, talking about timers and promoting timers. So that's also a part of promoting timers on different platforms I've been on too.
So the busy CEO of Timus, what is your daily routine?
I'm an early morning guy.
Okay.
I would like to finish all my important things before 11:30, and that's how it is. After 11:30, 12, it's more of all the mechanical based kind of work. But all the dimag wala kaam happens before 11:30, 12 in the afternoon.
Okay.
I travel a lot. Recently, we opened up an office in Lucknow, which is the Lucknow office and the warehouse is taking care of my north region now. Now we are also very strong in Bihar, Jharkhand, UP, Haryana, Delhi, up to Punjab. Now through Punjab, we are reaching out to Jammu and Kashmir and stuff like that.
Wow.
So that's
Nice.
all getting operated from Lucknow. So 10 to 15, 20 days, I'm involved with my field sales, meeting people, building timers, explaining what is timer story to them, why they should sell timers, what benefits they can get out of timers, right? So all these things is happening as part of my life. And when I'm in Nasik, I'm a hardcore manufacturer. I'm at the factory. talking to my workers, talking to my operators, talking to my staff, mid-level management, supervisors, how we can improve. So when I'm at the factory, Karan, I feel I'm more of a customer's representative at the factory. So I'm the bridge between the customer and the factory. That's kind of my original profile. Then being a CEO, if I can bring all my learnings off the streets to the factory so they can make a better relevant products for the market, I feel that is where the success of Timus would lie in.
So when the switch turns on and off after the CEO to a father and to a husband in the evening, what time?
So there is no so there will always be this complaint, because I have seen and I have realized over a period of last so many years that one generation has to toil and sacrifice,
Right.
and that is how it is when you are building something as big as a gigantic mountain in front of you. There'll be a lot of sacrifices, but I don't want to put it in a way where I want to have sympathy or draw even have people who would empathize also with it. That is not required. What is required is the understanding, right? I understand whenever I am with my kids, with my wife, or with my parents, mom, dad, or the people whom I really love a lot.
Exactly.
I give them the best what I have at that point of time, right? Those moments are meant for them. I should not, cheat on those moments, right? If I love you, Karan, and if I'm with you for half an hour, 45 minutes, those half an hour, 45 minutes is ours,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
And that's how all of us should quickly learn to make use of time, because all of us, we have limited time, right? There's no bragging about it. There's no story behind it to draw sympathy. ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता है. आपको जो चीज़ करनी है वो आपको करनी पड़ेगी. जब आप बच्चों के साथ में हो, you need to be very honest. You need to give them all the time. They should feel loved.
True.
And when a person feels he's been loved, चीज़ें आसान हो जाती है.
Great.
So idea is to make them feel loved when you're with them. And the same time, when you do that, now you also feel that you've been loved. As simple as that. कोई complication नहीं है.
You have to balance it out.
That is
Yeah.
true. That is true. Entirely true.
Thanks CEO for that your daily routine ka stuff.
Okay, so we are almost at the end, and the last question to you would be: we always think about, okay, we've achieved this, we've achieved that, but what is next? So, from Chai Meets Charcha, this question to Sumit Tiwari is: what is next for Sumit Tiwari and Timus Luggage?
Very simple, Jagdish. We are a very simple organization. We are very simple people. There's no big thing about what we want to do in life. All we want to do is be better than our past.
Yes.
Our next should be better than today. Our next should be better than our yesterday. Right? We are competing with our own present so that we can be better in future. We can deliver better products. We can deliver what market wants. We want to acquire more customers in times to come through being a better people, better organization, better in terms of delivering what they want, learning from our past. We are not here to do something drastically right or wrong, right? We want to keep it to basics. And till now, this has really helped us. People have really appreciated us. People have really helped us. Yes, of course, while you stick to your fundamentals, in our journeys, we forget to stick to our fundamentals. But even in the word fundamental, there's a word called fun. F-U-N, fun is there. We are enjoying our journey. And as long as we are enjoying this journey, Jagdish, we will continue this journey the way it is going on. We don't need to do anything drastically different to stand out in the market.
Yeah.
Because right now, whatever we are doing, it's working in our favor. It's working the way we want it. We want to stick to it.
Continue
Doing it.
Yes.
Right. Rather than trying to do something different and then miserably failing it. Our audience is loving what we are doing it. Our people who are using Timus, they're enjoying the product when they have started using it. They're coming back to us. Why should I change that focus? Why should I change that just for the heck of it? I will never do that. Yes, definitely by 2028, 2029, you'll see our Timus is having a global presence. We'll be present in European countries, we'll be present in the US.
Wow.
Of course, Middle East and Africa will happen maybe in a year down the line.
Wonderful.
But things are in pipeline. at the same time, before I call off this question, I would say we would like to stick to the basics.
Wonderful. So this was one part. The second part is, what is the message that you want to give to budding entrepreneurs?
Stick to basics, stick to fundamentals. You need not do something topsy-turvy, right? Do correct things at the right time and be responsible in all your actions. And you should be aware of all the actions you're taking on the field, whether it's in the boardrooms or in the market, to position yourself and your product.
Right.
Once you are in complete awareness, you will become more responsible. And once you start becoming responsible, you will exactly deal with the situations to make it a better place for yourself and your employees. Right? So it's all part of being basic and being normal.
And also one more thing, which you said, success is when, this is what I thought right now. Success is when there is fun in fundamentals. So if there's no fun in fundamentals,
absolutely, and
you
you
won't
realize over a period of time, when you're having this fun in the fundamentals, you'll become successful.
Exactly.
Right? And once you start becoming successful, the journey doesn't stop there.
No, it has to sustain.
It has to sustain, and when you feel you've sustained enough and you're growing and you're successful, the new journey starts.
Right.
Yes.
That is the reason I've said you need to be very much grounded. You need to stick to your basics. You need to stick to your fundamentals, because the actual goal is not to be successful.
No, it has to
The
be.
actual goal is to become a significant leader from being a successful leader.
Yes.
Right? So there are thousands of people who are successful. Thousands of millions of people around you across this globe, beautiful country, they are successful. But Karan and Jagdish, tell me how many leaders you come across, you will say, yes, he's a significant leader.
Very
Right?
few.
So there are many people who are successful, but there are very few people who are significant.
Right.
The journey is, after you become successful, the journey is to become significant from being successful.
If you talk in sports language, there are a lot of one-match wonders, but there are very less people who are the Sachin Tendulkars and the Saurav Gangulis and the Yuvraj Singhs.
Absolutely.
If you talk in cricket language.
Absolutely.
So you have to be, if you have to be the Sachin Tendulkar of your world, if you have to be, if you have to reach that height, you need to be significant, and you need to know how to sustain it.
Being significant is really very important after you become successful or you're on your way to successful, because if you want to become significant, it's you want to contribute to the society at large.
Yes.
Right? That is how you're going to become significant. You have to give back. Right?
Absolutely.
In Gita, it's written that more you give, you'll get much more than what you gave. Right?
Yeah.
So you should become a bigger giver and start contributing to people, to society around you, to your employees, to everyone. And that is when you will become significant.
Yes. Any message to us, to the audience, to the people who are watching? Anything?
First of all, it's been great being here, Jagdish and Karan. Thank you so much for having me. Both of you guys have been a wonderful souls I've known since so many years. When I feel happy in sitting here, happy inside sitting here, it's a reflection of the kind of relationship we have nurtured over a period of so many years.
Absolutely.
Jagdish. So, first of all, thank you again for both of you guys. As far as message is concerned, to all the budding managers, all of us are managers in one way or another, budding entrepreneurs, that try and be simple, don't complicate your life, stick to your basics, do fundamental things, do right things at the right time, correctly, stand by your actions, be aware of what you're doing in the market, at your family place, in your friend circle, and that will define your life ahead.
Lovely.
Right? Be truthful to all your actions.
Wonderful. Wow. That was amazing message. We always take back something from the guest, from the episode that we do with our people. The best part about this podcast, our channel, is we don't have a niche. Okay, we call people from all walks of life, hear their story, connect with them, and then take something back from them. So right today, what I've taken as an entrepreneur, as someone who's doing business and trying to make a mark, and he's also doing the same. So the one thing that I learned from you is, and you've been repeating this the whole episode, is to be, to know your basics. this is what and to have fun, along
Correct.
with knowing basics and being simple.
Correct.
So this is what I take back from
Thank you,
this.
Jagdish. Thanks a lot.
I had an amazing time. Karan, you want to say something?
Yeah, definitely. Even I took one thing from him, that what he said today, to balance things out. Whether it's
Yes.
personal life, professional life, business की जगह पे है, personal life जगह पे, but you have to balance out everything. अगर आप जब तक उसको प्यार से नहीं करोगे तो आपको मजा भी नहीं आने वाला, as you said, कि फन नहीं होने वाला है. तो फन के लिए you should love what you're doing.
Yes.
So Sumit, and a good insight about the luggage industry, which we were not aware के इंडिया का कोई ब्रांड ग्लोबली प्रेजेंस नहीं है, which we were not aware of it. We thought we thought कि रहेगा कोई भी, but lot of insights about the industry, lot of myths about the industry which we got cleared. We had a wonderful time, Sumit.
Thank you so much, Karan.
Thanks for
Thanks a
coming.
lot. Thanks, Jagdish.
All the
Thanks a
best
lot.
for
Thank
your
you.
future.
Thanks.
I'm sure we will somewhere, छोटा contribution हम लोग भी दे देंगे for the future.
Absolutely.
And,
you guys are already part of Timus. Timus is you. Timus is yours.
Yes,
Wow.
great. Thank you so much. With this, we come to the end. Thank you, Sumit, once
Thanks.
again. Thank you, Karan.
Thank you, Jagu.
And we
Thanks.
will see you in the next episode. Take care.
Please do like, follow and subscribe, guys.
Yes. Bye-bye.
Bye.